Hello again and welcome back to Brian's Racing Realm and the RUST-OLEUM Camaro series. I am Brian. Thank you for joining me. 51 laps around Chicagoland Speedway. Race number 7 of 10. Currently the championship leader is Drew Keane, with Lynn White having lost last week. Dorothy McLean in 3rd, Charles Marshall 4th, and Chris Harvey in 5th. And those are your only 5 competitors currently within a race of the champion. Now, can that change? Obviously, it did with the Firebirds last race. So what are we looking at here? Here in Chicagoland, you had Nicholas Eckert at the top of the practice chart, followed by Davis Pittman, John Walker, Thomas Hammond, and Cedric Black. And then in happy hour, you had Wayne Stadler on top, followed by Nicholas Eckert, Isaac Hernandez, Dorothy McLean, and Chris Harvey. Qualifying, Wayne Stadler wins the pole. I want to say they're first of the year. Yes, their first pole. Sorry, had to go look through stats. Bit of a mess today. Yes. Wayne Stadler on pole for the first time this season in either series, followed by Catherine Harris, Tyler Gardens, Nicholas Eckert, and John Wolf, your top 5. Skylar Taylor trying to make another good start. Hopefully they can finish this race. Daniel Barden 7th. Lynn White 8th, trying to regain the championship lead. Jim Cron's in 9th. Tracy Howell 10th. Dorothy McLean 11th. Gerard Wilkinson 12th. Cedric Black 13th. Thomas Hammond 14th. Isaac Hernandez 15th. Davis Pittman 16th. Charles Marshall 17th. Jacob Aronson starting 18th. Vinnie Nelson 19th. John Lane 20th. Chris Harvey 21st. Hopefully he can do better. Drew Keane 22nd. Needs to do better to hold on to the points lead. John Walker 23rd. And Tony Bentley 24th. Needs something, because it has not been good this year.
Drivers, start your engines!
And we got a John Lane with a blown engine already, or something wrong. Lane pulls down. That's most likely going to be terminal. Nice red for the pace car today. Not sure why Lane is trying to get in position. Pace car comes down. Lane will follow. And we will go green here in Chicago. Even start for the whole field. Camaros are able to handle the high line a little bit better. Harris hanging right with Wayne Stadler. The 21 and the 20 pulling away from the rest of the field. And the 2 has already gone to the garage. Officially has started the race, but will go no further. Lap 2, Harris to the point. Wayne Stadler, James Wolfe, Tyler Gardens, surprisingly. Lynn White joining this battle for second, unsurprisingly. Lynn White had one amazing start to the year in both leagues, however has fallen off in recent races. Comes Nicholas Eckert. Now we have 5 fighting for second place. The pole sitter back to 6th place. Here comes Skylar Taylor as well. Harris pulling away. Well, we have another situation like the Firebirds where there's an accident and that closes everything up. Looking back in the back, we have Eddie Nelson, we have John Walker. Nelson's fallen from 19th to almost dead last. Walker started back here. Bentley and Keene were involved in a heavy wreck in the Firebird race. Both are doing fine. Keene was mostly okay. Bentley was a bit shaken up. But cleared to race this race. Maybe they can work together and get to the front. Currently, Keene would lose the championship lead back to Lynn White. Moving up the field. Battle for 11th as it stands. Hammond going high on the outside of Hernandez. Likely not going to fit. This battle has pretty much scattered. It's almost like an accordion, this field. Pulls apart and comes back together. Here comes Charles Marshall. Taking, I believe that's 9th and 8th. Tracy Howell, 7th in the 7. Stadler has stopped the bleeding at 6th, but Bardens is up there now. Lynn White has gotten up to 2nd. Past Tyler Gardens. And now the front has thinned out drastically. Catherine Harris still leads, however. We are 10 laps in of 51 scheduled. 5th. Barden 6th, Howell still 7th. Marshall looking not to be bumped by Taylor. Everyone stays clean for now. Harvey and Hernandez. Harvey gets a nose in and forces Hernandez up track. Harvey will take the 11th spot. Excuse me, 12th spot. Marshall on the brakes real quick. Skylar Taylor is making some noise. Up to 8th, looking to the inside of Stadler, will fly by. As Stadler, I guess, gets a little loose and has to jump on the brakes. Officially 5th on the scorecard. Now it's got some catching up to do. However, it seems like the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th are very slowly catching this 20. Catherine Harris still leads. Has led all but one lap. Lynn White 2nd. Tyler Gardens 3rd. Nicholas Eckert 4th. Big battle for 6th down. Howell up high. Carranza down low. Carranza takes 6th for the moment. Howell 7th. Barden's takes 7th. Stadler and Marshall moving back. Wolf. Up 2 positions this lap alone to 9th. Hernandez looking to take 9th away. Barden's looking to take 6th away. Barden's the runner-up in the championship last season. Carranza the champion for the first season. Lynn White has gotten past... Excuse me. Nicholas Eckert has gotten past Tyler Gardens. Gardens goes high looking for some space, some room to run. Has to back off coming into turn 2. Back of the pack, you have John Walker and Tony Bentley bringing up the rear. Drew Keene and Minnie Nelson. And Dorothy McLean, your back 5. Gerard Wilkinson, the Season 2 champion, and 18th currently. Not a whole lot of moving and shaking going on here. Some impact, though, seems to be quite busy. Gardens has fallen back to Taylor. Something tells me the 1 may be falling off. Able to make some space while the 4 and the 7 battle it out side by side. Now the 13 pressures the 7 to move high and takes that spot. 8th place for the 13. Bardens cuts off Hernandez into turn 3. Howell behind the 13 in same turn. Looking to take back that spot. Hernandez holds the throttle in it going into the turn. and retains the position for the moment. Battle for ninth. Howell, Wolf, Marshall, and Stadler. Looks like the High Line may be coming in small doses. Wolf with a beautiful move on the outside to take ninth away. And looking for more. Garden's now fifth in the grasp of Jim Carranza. Seven and 17, fighting it out. Howell takes ninth as we come to the line. 22 down. Drew Keane has started to make some headway, slowly. Only 17th, I hear. Somebody's bumped the wall coming out of turn 2. I don't know that anybody is really closing on the 20 now. 9 is trying, 18 is trying to catch both of them, and the 45 is trying to catch the 3 of them. 43 goes high, 16 looking to close distance. There's your top 5, and they are a quarter of a track away from each other. Sorry. Gardens in 6th, Bardens in 7th, fighting with Hernandez in 8th, Tracy Howell currently 9th, James Wolfe currently 10th, Chris Harvey knocking on the door in 11th, Stadler 12th, Hammond 13th. A surprise. Hammond's had better races than I remember, however, they are still in the doldrums when it comes to the championship. Howell and Hernandez go way high. Wolf and Harvey had to jump on the brakes, and that accordions everybody behind them. Bardens has gotten past Gardens. Howell's going to do the same, or at least try to, on the outside. I'm not sure it's going to work. Burst my bubble, it does. Seems the Gardens doesn't really have much turning speed, but does have straight line speed. So they suffer when they're in the corner, especially when they're on the bottom. Except for when I say something, and then they finally pick up the pace. Jacob Aronson throwing it into the turn there. Right. Did someone just bump somebody? The 13 looks to have damage as well. Maybe that's what maybe that's some of what happened. on lap 30. Okay, 21 to go. Catherine Harris still leads, however that gap is slowly dropping. Lynn White currently second. Nicholas Eckert third. Jim Carranza fourth. Skylar Taylor falls to fifth. Daniel Barden's in sixth. Tracy Howell in seventh. Jacob Aronson up to eighth. Tyler Gardens back to ninth. Thomas Hammond in the 10 in 10th. The 1 or the 10 is holding up traffic. I'm not sure which one. At the line, James Wolfe will be scored 11th. Wilkinson 12th. Stadler 13th, although Stadler is looking to take 13th. Not going to happen, as actually going to lose a position to Harvey. For the moment. Hammond up high. Wolf low. Wolf will take the spot. Wolf up to 10th. Hammond starting the back downhill slide now. Look at Keene. You saw the move that Wilkinson made. Looks like Keene is taking lessons from their mentor. Harvey plummeting down the order again. That's Hammond in the wall. And somehow, we've just managed to catch it in time. Catherine Harris either let up or Lynn White caught up. Maybe both. Official lead change. Lap 34. Lynn White to the lead. Skylar Taylor has taken third over Nicholas Eckert and Jim Carranza. I believe tires are starting to become an issue. And Jacob Aronson in 6th. Tracy Howell 7th. Daniel Barden's back to 8th. Garden's still holding 9th. Wolf in 10th. Wilkinson up to 11th. Keene 12th. Hammond back to 13th. Wayne Stadler 14th. I'm hearing a lot of scraping on walls. Seems like that was Wolf. Wolf drastically slow. Currently in 11th. Keene 12th. Hammond 13th. Wayne Stadler 14th. Marshall 15th in the 15. Hernandez 16th. Cedric Black 17th. Harvey 18th. Dorothy McLean 19th. Minnie Nelson 20th. Davis Pittman 21st. John Walker 22nd. Tony Bentley 23rd. And of course 24th is the 2 of John Lane out of the race. Harris has retaken the lead from Lynn White. Can White take the lead back? Lap 38 to 51. And how about the battle for third? Eckert, Carranza, Taylor still going at it. Can Aronson join them? Bardens maybe. Howell and Gardens are going after it. Who's going to get the last spot in the top 10? We've actually got some drama. Something has happened to Cedric Black. We'll take a look at that. Because we are not under caution. So we'll take a look at what happened to Black after the race. Carranza currently third. Eckert passing Taylor. Ten laps to go. Jacob Aronson making a surprising push to the front. Currently sixth. Nine laps to go. Lynn White is there. Harris jumps on the brakes. Normally you go through these turns at 150. That was down to 135. And White, I guess, had nowhere to go. Ended up having to brake check himself. That could be an opening for Carranza to get to them. Yeah, maybe not. Again, White's there. Peeking. Lunging. Passing into three. Harris stays on it on the inside, but the outside, and has to let off finally. Led White back to the lead. Carranza third. The top 9 are now spread out for the most part. Tyler Gardens has recovered to 10th. Wait, recovered. No, they did lose a few more spots, didn't they? Gerard Wilkinson 11th. Keane 12th. Pittman 13th. Marshall 14th. Hernandez currently 15th. Possibly going to lose that spot. Wolf 16th at the line with damage on the rear. Harvey 17th, McLean 18th, Vinnie Nelson 19th, Tony Bentley 20th, John Walker 21st, Wayne Stadler, NASCAR running 22nd. Harris is back up to the bumper of White. 16 has not really gained any distance on these two drivers. Five laps to go this time by. The 20 looking to the inside. 9's going to come off. 5 laps to go. Can Harris do it? Can Harris get a win? Will White retake the points? Yes. That's a given at this point. Unless something catastrophic happens behind him. Lynn White will retake the championship lead. And might actually get a win today. Oh, we've got it. We have a wreck. Is that a caution? Yes, it is. No, it's not. What? Either way, Lynn White is able to get past the 19. I don't know why there wasn't a caution there. The 23 has damage. That'll be something else for us to look at after the race. Now Carranza has had a chance to make some space up. White has an advantage now. Lynn White has a pole behind the damaged 23, and the 19 is between him and the 20. Harris has to get on the brakes. This is allowing Carranza, Eckert, and Taylor to all catch up. We are 2.5 laps from the end. Excuse me, 1.5. With drift, John Walker is able to pick up the pace a little bit, but the 20 is still behind. Final lap, Lynn White has the lead. Harris looking to get around John Walker, but is having trouble doing so. It's just these two, the 9 and the 20. The 19 is playing spoil sport right now and will not get out of the way. The path is clear. There is no challenge. Lynn White will win in Chicago. Catherine Harris, a disappointing second place, all things considered. Jim Carranza third, Nicholas Eckert fourth, Skylar Taylor fifth, Jacob Aronson sixth, Dana Barton seventh, Tracy Howell in eighth, Thomas Hammond ninth. A good weekend for Hammond all around, and Charles Marshall ends up nicking 10th. I do not understand why that was not a caution. We will take a look at the recording and find out. That turned into quite a race, didn't it? Well, for most people. Hold on for a bit. We're going to tally up the results, figure out what happened to the 23 and the 19, and be right back with you. So here's what happened for lead change number 3. Lynn White went way high, almost tagged the wall, and Harris just plowed through, almost lost it on the inside, but had it well enough to take the lead on lap 35. So I believe, it's off the top of my head, that was only 1 lap at the time for White. Still, better than nothing. Of course, we know how it finished. So we're on lap 46. This is what happened between the 19 and the 23. Good Lord. Okay, so Nelson ahead. Bentley slows up to 135, and that's not great. Considering both of them suffered, league is not going to do anything. That is going to be judged a racing incident. Both drivers are being warned, however. Especially considering that Walker completely blew it and ended up a lap down. That turned out to be a good race, even if it did have a little bit of a shaky middle. But that's fine. You're going to have those. As was said in the replay, there will be no action taken against the 19 or the 23. The 23 messed up. The 19 messed up. That's going to be the end of it. They can beef on track if they need to. I doubt they will. Race official standings. Lynn White is officially your winner with Catherine Harris second, Jim Carranza third, Nicholas Eckert fourth, Skylar Taylor fifth, Jacob Aronson sixth, Daniel Bardens seventh, Tracy Howell eighth, Thomas Hammond ninth, and Charles Marshall 10th. And that is notable because that is the first top 5 in this series for Skylar Taylor and the first top 10 for Jacob Aronson this season. For Taylor, that's impressive. For Aronson, that's embarrassing. But we'll get to that later. 11th, Drew Keene loses the championship lead. However, it's not all bad news. Gerard Wilkinson in 12th, Chris Harvey 13th, Tyler Gardens 14th. Bit of a drop, but you'll see one worse. James Wolfe 15th, Dorothy McLean 16th, Isaac Hernandez 17th, Davis Pittman 18th, Minnie Nelson 19th, Wayne Stadler, the pole sitter, in 20th. Tony Bentley in 21st, did not have a good race again. John Walker, 1 lap back, 22nd, due to the accident. Cedric Black, that was a clutch failure. And John Lane blew his header out as soon as he started the car. Championship implications. Lynn White just rips the lead of this season back from Drew Keene. Keene is now 21 points back and is the only driver within one race of the leader. Charles Marshall in 3rd, Chris Harvey in 4th. There's a tie for 5th between McLean and Harris. Eckert in 7th, Carranza in 8th, Daniel Bardens in 9th, Gerard Wilkinson, your top 10. Tied for 11th between Wolfe and Howell. Davis Pittman in 13th. He is your first person 2 races out. And from here on, everybody needs help or they're eliminated. Hammond 14th. Nelson and Aronson are tied for 15th. Nelson has a win, but a lot of bad finishes. Aronson just got their first top 10 of the season with a 6th. Walker in 17th. Hernandez and Gardens are tied for 18th. 20th is Bentley. Wayne Stadler is 21st. And that's it for anybody who has a chance at the championship. Cedric Black is officially eliminated, as is John Lane, the 2 that fell out of today's race. And of course, Skylar Taylor in 24th. 3 races, non-existent. Well out of contention at this point. Could still, in theory, bypass one of the house drivers on the championship sheet, as long as they keep finishing poorly. Not really any clinching scenarios. Lynn White is doing what he needs to do. If he wants something, if White can finish 7 positions ahead of Keene, no. If Lynn White can finish within 2 spots of Drew Keene every race for the rest of the year, rest of the season, they will win the championship. Ahead, great. Behind, within 2. And we have 3 races left: Michigan, Indianapolis, and Talladega. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. However, that's going to be it for me. Thank you for tuning in. I am Brian once again. This is Brian's Racing Realm. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it. And see you in Michigan. Where is Michigan at? See you at Michigan Speedway for the next Firebird and Camaro event. Goodbye.